John Cross and the Rera. I was just going to ask you, you in the Amazon documentary, I think a lot of people fell in love with your parents and the way that they're so supportive, really, and you know, just particularly your dad with the Fez and sort of the character he is, really. How do you imagine these few days are for them enjoying seeing you at the World Cup? There must be such a thrill.
Yeah, it's I couldn't imagine really what they must be feeling like. Obviously, there's a lot of emotion. They've sacrificed a lot for me to obviously be even the chance of being here now. I think they're just excited to come out here and support me and the team. Obviously my mum and dad are proud English people anyway. So they all want to see the team do well, regardless if I was here or not. So they'll be really excited, and he'll be wearing his hat out here, which hopefully can bring a bit of luck.
Why does he wear it? Is it just luck?
Yeah, I couldn't. He's got the same hairline as me, so we both cover our heads. But he has sort of a collection of hats. He's got many, but I think the Fez is his favourite, and he's getting a little bit recognisable now. And I think he's waiting on sort of a Gogglebox type TV show to go on with me. But so yeah, he's just an entertainer, and he's a big character. He's a massive part of who I am.
Thank you.
Aaron, as a goalkeeper, how aware are you of how on top of their games the players directly in front of you are? Because there's been a lot of talk about the form of the England centre-backs. Is that something that you can spot as a goalkeeper, whether they're where they need to be, or, you know, because you're the closest guy to them?
I think you can notice a little bit, not too much. I think that's where we can then help, though, and give instructions. You never look at someone and go, wow, that they're struggling, because they're top class players, even if they've played loads of minutes or not. Just Calvin, for example, has not played so much football, and he's out there, and he's the Calvin of the Euros, you know. He's running around, spraying balls about, and enjoying training. So it's always a good thing if you need to help them, because it keeps you switched on, and it's also a good thing if you don't have to help them as much. So it's not really a problem for me.
And I just wondered, when you first walked into the Sheffield United academy, obviously Harry Maguire was in the first team. Did you have much to do with him then? And he always seems like a leader who's out at the front of all the training today. You know, with all the speculation that's gone on over his form at the moment, his lack of action, have you noticed any change in him, or, you know, what's your take on it?
So no, yeah, I didn't have too much to do with him when he was at Sheffield United. I was only 15, so I was quite a way off it. But I was with his brother at Chesterfield, so I got to know him and his brother well before I even made it to the senior squad. But he hasn't changed one bit. He's Harry Maguire of 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 months ago. Again, he's come out here to prove a point that he's still the top class defender, which he is, no matter if he's been playing or not. So he's at the front of training all the time. He's talking to everyone. He's not moping around, and yeah, he's a top class lad.
Aaron, Dominic from the Daily Mail. No, you said something just before about the three of you trying for the one position, and it was a little flash of honesty about how hard it would be, even still, to know that if you don't get picked, how hard that is. Normally, you get used to people being in the squad and saying, "No, you know, it's great to be here. We're all part of the team." But that was a real little flash of honesty and how much it means to you.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't want to play. And it will be difficult to flip the switch of being a number one to a 2 or 3. But like I said, I've done it before, so it's nothing new to me. but that's professional football. That's goalkeeping. But yeah, we don't know yet, which is a good thing. And we're all training really well. We'll just have to wait and see, because we all think we can play. We all think we deserve to play. I'm no different. But the manager decides, and then we have a decision to help, and then a job to try and get into the team now, if it's at the end of this tournament or for next camp.
Okay, guys, we'll take two more.
Hi, Aaron. Tom Roddy, The Times. You were saying earlier about the penalties and that the outfield players aren't yet having goes against the goalkeepers. Is that a new thing from last year, or is there anything different that either the outfield players or the goalkeepers are doing different to last year in the Euros?
No, not really. It was very similar at the Euros in terms of the sort of skills net of honing in which corner you're going to go to, being able to constantly hit that part of the net. As I said, I think it becomes difficult if I know where you're going 7 times out of 10 and I start cheating and going early and start saving them, and you might start double crossing and worrying about it. So start nailing where you're going to go in the skills net, take a couple against the goalkeeper, and we go from there, because everyone can take the penalties. It's just sort of, as we've seen, it's them sort of fine pressure margins which you can't recreate out there, unfortunately.
Hi, Aaron. James Robson, AP. I was actually wanted to ask you about that subject. There must be a difficult sort of balance with that, with the practicing of penalties, because, like you say, if you start saving them, then their confidence might drop. Is there ever a situation where maybe the goalkeepers are told, look, let them in? You know, does that ever happen?
No, there's certain things which we do naturally, where if I know you're going to my left, but your run up tells me I think you're going to go to my right, I'm going to dive that way. Just because I know you're going that way doesn't mean I'll dive and try and save it. We'll try and do things properly, and I think there'll be times where we might get asked to perform as the opposition goalkeeper and do the same things. So I remember the last camp when we played Germany, when Harry scored his penalty. The day before, I was in goal and tried to do what ter Stegen was doing, and he dived low, and Harry was practicing taking high, and that came out in the game. So there's very subtle things we can do, but no, we never get told just to let it in, because we wouldn't say yes to it.
And from what you know of Bukayo, would he step up again?
Absolutely. I think he's 4 from 4 since that day. Again, I think he's realised that it was something which happened, which maybe had to happen for him, and he wouldn't shy away from that because of the type of person and what it is. So he knows the feeling now, and hopefully the next time he steps up, he'll do what he does for Arsenal and put it in the back of the net.
Okay, guys. Thanks for your time today. We'll end it there.
Thank you.